morning student. Welcome to the online class. As we can see, we are going to do lesson 4. History lesson 4. The Chinese civilization. Children, let's see in our books. Open your books, children. Page number 39. The Chinese civilization lesson 4. Introduction. Asia has given two great civilizations to the world, Indus Valley and Chinese. It is a great country with the highest population in the world. Fossils dating back to 1.3 million years have been found in the China. Written records which are 4,000 years old have also been excavated. It is the only civilization to have survived to this day, making it the oldest in history. So children, you have seen that China is our neighbor and we are studying about the Chinese who have lived for so many years. Now, in Asia, children, you can see in Asia, two civilizations that occurred were Indus Valley civilization and Chinese civilization, and which have written record. The Chinese civilization have written record which are how many years old? 4,000 years old. And the origin, let's read the origin also. And it was survived. And it survived till this day. Till now we can see that the people living there are due to this civilization. The Chinese civilization origin and location. Origin, children, birthplace, and location means place. China is surrounded by ocean, mountain and Gobi desert. So children, as you can see, civilizations have always been near the rivers, and ocean was next to Chinese civilization, and mountains were also there, and there was the big Gobi desert. The biggest desert is found in China, which made it almost inaccessible to the outside world. Inaccessible, beyond reach. The meaning of this is beyond reach. Nobody had gone so far in this desert. These geographical features and the Great Yellow River along with Yangtze River helped in shaping the Chinese civilization. The name of the river which is flowing is the Yangtze River. Helped the people shaping the Chinese civilization. Earlier people called the river the Great Sorrow. The Yangtze River was given the name the Great Sorrow, as overflowing of river caused great destruction. Now children, when there is rains, what happened to rivers? They become flooded, and due to this flood, it caused lot of destruction and death. The region around the Yellow River is considered the cradle of Chinese civilization. There is another river which is called the Yellow River, and the name given to is cradle of Chinese civilization, as this is the place from where the civilization rose and spread. Around 5000 BC, earlier settlers started living in this region. The civilization developed around 3000 BC. Romans, Greeks called China as Ceres, the land where silk comes from. So the Greeks and the Romans gave the name to China as Ceres. Why they gave this name Ceres? Because it was overflowing with what? The land with where silk come from. Children, you know where do you get the silk from? From the silkworm. And who used to produce more silk? Were the Chinese. In Mandarin China, China is called Zhonghu Central State or Middle Empire. The history of the Chinese civilization has been divided into many dynasties. So, China has been divided into many dynasties. What is the meaning of dynasty? Linkage of generation. Dynasty means from one generation to another, and they were divided into many dynasties. The Qi dynasty 2000 21,000 BC to 16,000 BCE is the first dynasty of China, and the Qing dynasty AD 1644 AD to 1912 is the last. The Republic of China took over after the last king gave up his throne. The most important dynasty is the Shang dynasty 16,000 to 1050 BCE. The finest bronze in the world history was produced by China. So, we are going to study in this lesson, children, about all these dynasties of China and what we are getting in each dynasty from China. And one of the prominent dynasty was the Shang dynasty 16,000 to 10,050 BCE, from where we get the bronze. So children, so far we will do till here, and let's take a recap what all we have studied. That this Chinese civilization was in Asia, and two civilizations occurred, which was Indus Valley civilization and Chinese civilization. And we have the written records, which are 4,000 years old. And where did it take place? The birth and location surrounded by oceans and mountains and the Gobi Desert, the biggest desert in the world, and the two rivers, Yellow River along with Yangtze River. These are the two rivers. One was called the Cradle of China, and one was called the Great Sorrow. This was called the Cradle of China and the Sorrow, the Great Sorrow River. These rivers were called the Great Sorrow. The Yellow River is called the Cradle of Chinese civilization, and we are followed by the dynasties. We are followed by the dynasty, the Qing dynasty, the Shang dynasty, and the Qing dynasty. So children, so far we will do till here. I hope you have understood. Please go through the video and be safe. We will see in the next video. Thank you children.